Welcome back to another video. In this week's episode, we'll watch as a magnificent beast battles it out with our brand new carpenter ant colony. This spectacular battle is sure to blow you away. And if you enjoyed this week's video, consider subscribing as a new video comes out every week on Sunday at 10 a.m. Let's jump into this. But before we dive into this epic battle, let us first meet this new colony. This is a beautiful colony of Camponotus neriticus. They have 4 egg-laying queens and are around 200 to 400 workers strong. You can see some of the workers have bigger heads and body size in comparison to other workers. These are majors. Those massive heads are used to defend the nest and chew up prey, and they're packed with muscle. I originally got this colony from someone who had them in a piece of wood, but they couldn't get them out, so I gladly accepted the offer to try. Once they moved in, I realized that this colony would be eating a lot of protein and drink lots of water. They go through this whole water tube in a week's time. I assume this colony is around 2 to 3 years old, but since I've never kept this species before, I have no idea how fast they grow. What are your guys' guesses? Comment below how old you think this colony is. Keep this in mind before commenting. This colony had a few males inside the nest when they moved in. The colony also has majors. Now I think after this short introduction, it's time for them to go up against their greatest foe yet. This colony has always been fed its food dead, but for this feeding session, things will be a little bit different. This grub is already angered by just my presence. Its massive body squirms around as it attempts to burrow. And look at those jaws. I would not want to come face to face with one of these. Here is a phone charger to show comparison to size. But this is where I stopped. Could the colony do this? What if it crawls into the entrance? What if the colony retreats and feels stressed? What if the grub kills workers? Should I even go through with this? My instinct was telling me that the colony would be able to take this grub. So, I followed through. I carefully grabbed the grub with a pair of tweezers, and with my heart skipping a beat, I place it inside. Slowly, the ants inspect their newfound enemy. At first, the grub lays silent, maybe in fear, or maybe it's plotting out a plan to retaliate. Suddenly, the grub arises and begins moving around. The ants begin to attack it. The Great War has officially begun. The grub is under attack, and the ants are attempting to bite and spray this beast. The grub is getting angry. It squirms around, thrashing its jaws, attempting to bite any ants in its reach. It flails itself everywhere, trying to get off the ants, but to no avail. The ants are trying their hardest against the jaws of this creature. A brave ant goes in for a spray of formic acid. I started to worry as the grub was getting really close to the entrance. Once more, an ant goes in for a spray. The jaws on this thing are so menacing. Suddenly, the beast goes down. Was it dead? Did the acid work? Suddenly, the beast leaps up and is ready to fight once more, as if nothing happened. This thing is not going to be easy to kill. Suddenly, in the midst of confusion, friendly fire takes place. The grub goes silent. Or was it a sneak attack? With its attack failed, the grub becomes restless and is on the move once again. The fight continues as more workers are taking their chance with the grub. Its tough skin and massive jaws are proving its dominance against the colony. It's definitely not ready to give up, but either is the colony. The fight was going strong, but then my worst nightmare came true. The grub was winning, and workers were dying. I had to make a decision, whether I liked it or not. Do I leave it, or do I take the grub out and forfeit the battle? I weighed the pros and the cons, and figured this. It's close to winter, and I don't want to have a shortage of workers. They need them throughout the winter to stay alive. So, I made the decision. And with that, the great battle was over. The battle ended just as abruptly as it began. The battleground lay barren. But the fight wasn't over just yet. The larva had no purpose for me to keep, so I decided to kill it and feed it to them dead. Let's be honest, I think they earned it. Two hours pass, and the larvae is dead. In these shots, it may not look dead, but as of editing, it is. This will definitely be enough protein for the brood that needs to be fed before winter. On that note, let's clean up their outworld a bit after that battle. They definitely needed a cleaning. And now, let's add some honey in for them. And with that, we conclude our epic adventure, playing God with ants and seeing how they take on wild beasts. This colony will definitely boom next year, so stick around so you don't miss any updates on the colony, as well as my many other colonies. I really hope you enjoyed this different style of video, and I want to know if you like these types of videos. It was really fun to make, and you can vote here. If you stuck around to the end, consider subscribing and hitting the like. I hope to see you 10 AM next week when I release a new video. If you want to see a more in-depth view on everything during the week, follow my Instagram at Antscanada. I do daily stories and regular posts. Looking to buy this type of Formicaria on Outworlds? Check out the Ant Keeping Depot, it'll be the top link in the description. As well as some of my good ant friends listed in there as well. Make sure to watch out for community posts on here, as I sometimes do polls that help decide future videos. If you have any further questions, or just want to say hi, I answer all Instagram DMs. Looking for some more videos to watch? Click here where I do a Q&A session in celebration of 1.5k subscribers. And if you want to check out this video, Formica bradley, it's a full in-depth look on this species, since not very much is known about him. And with that, the video is coming to an end. I really hope it was fun to watch, and I plan on doing more like it in the future, if it does well and people like it. As winter approaches, we will shift our focus to the exotic ants rather than the native, which will be super cool. I have quite a few colonies that won't need to hibernate at all during the winter, so I can't wait to see their development and film them. Thank you guys so much for watching another ant video, and I will see you next week. Peace out.